Tutorial on how I will go about doing an ISO with some layers from QGIS. So I'm gonna use my file because I have a little bit more context, but just for an example. So in this case, I'm gonna turn everything off except for the actual houses and the trees, because that's the only two layers that I'm gonna do in this example. So after you set it up properly, you go into projects, new print layout. I'm gonna call this test 1. And then from here you click on this icon. I think it's this one, add new map, draw it here, and here is the map. Now I will have to, since I want to use these two layers to show in the ISO, you have to save it one by one. So in here I'm just gonna turn off the trees, and if you click on the refresh button here, it will refresh now. Okay, so that will be my first one. So this I will save as a PDF. I'll save it to my desktop, and test 1 should be fine. And then without closing this, go back into your map, turn off the layer that you had, and on, I don't need this one either. And I'm gonna turn on the trees because that's the other layer that I wanna overlay. So again, go back into your print layout, refresh it, and now I have the trees. I wanted to do this so I can keep the actual scale the same, so I don't have to mess up with that after. So for this one, I'm gonna save it as an image, as a PNG. I'm gonna put this one, trees, and then I'm gonna save it. Save. Okay. Now before going into Illustrator, I'm gonna open the trees into my Photoshop because I wanna get rid of the white background. So I'm just gonna wait until that opens. Okay, now I'm gonna select all of the white areas, delete, Control deselect. Now there we go. So now I'm left with all my trees without any background. Now I save as PNG. PNG is the only file type that, oh, I think TIFF as well keeps transparent background. So I'm gonna go this, copy, save. Okay, perfect. So now I'm gonna go open my file. Yeah, I don't need to save it. I'm gonna go open my file here in Illustrator. Open new. I'm gonna use a 36 by 24. Create. And then I'm just gonna draw and drop my two layers. So first I'm gonna do the PDF. And you can see it's a bit tiny, but that's okay. We don't need it to be big. And then I'm gonna put the PNG file here. And if I overlay them, it should match the size, and see, okay, the trees are fine, so they fit properly. So after that, I'm gonna make it so they into an ISO. So from here, I'm gonna go right click, transform, shear, and then I'm gonna put 30% shear. You can see the preview, and then click OK. And then go back to this again, right click, transform, rotate, and I'm gonna rotate it minus 30 degrees. So it's gonna give me this look. So preview, and then I click OK. So now I have my base layer set up already, and I will do the same for my trees. So I'll go transform, shear, minus 30. Okay, back to it, transform, rotate, minus 30. Okay, and now I can put it on top. And then it's just a matter of how far you want it to have the two layers from each other. So if it looks a little bit bigger, you can see how it will look like. And usually just draw lines here. Usually it's we use dash lines, or at least I use dash lines for these things. just go in each corner, I guess. Or I guess in this sense, just the trees here. But there you go. That's how I will go about doing it from using layers exported from GIS. Hope this works or helps at least.